Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Altafiber.
Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome into this week's edition of Bearcats All Access, the final episode of this 2025-26 season. We got a big show in store for you. It's the JC show, Jared Calhoun and JC French. We'll also call it the Transfer Portal edition. You're talking about a quarterback who just arrived at Cincinnati out of the transfer portal and a basketball coach who's right in the middle of the transfer portal window in college basketball. We start there. My conversation with UC's new men's basketball coach, Jared Calhoun. It's our Coach's Corner, sponsored by Altafiber. Joined here by the new UC basketball coach, Jared Calhoun. Couldn't find anything good to do this week, so he figured he'd join us on this week's show. Now, I'm sure you're a very busy man right now. We're calling this the Transfer Portal edition of this show because we spoke to UC's new quarterback who came out of the portal, JC French, now speaking with you right in the middle of this transfer portal window for college basketball. Take me into this time period for you. I can only imagine how crazy it is.
Yeah, I would call it portal madness, portal combat, whatever you want to call it. But it's exciting, right? It's the process of building a team. It's step one, identifying guys that kind of fit how we play, fit our campus community, and then just bring them in for visits. You know, you get a really good feel when you get around somebody and their parents. So we're excited about it.
I've never spoken to a coach who hasn't had the belief that, you know, we want to make sure we're bringing in the right guys and really finding out what these guys are all about. But at the same time, the transfer portal is fast and furious, man. How do you strike that balance of, you know, you're trying to get these guys in quickly, you're trying to recruit fast, but at the same time, you're getting the right guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of coaches make a lot of mistakes, right? So what you do the next 2 weeks is going to affect an entire fan base, an entire university, affect our team, right? So we never want to skip those steps. We want to have a very thorough process. We're not going to sacrifice talent over character. Have never done that, and we'll stick to the processes that we always do. We have a formula for every position, and then, you know, you have to do a really, really good job when you're communicating with the families, and we really identify guys that talk about winning, right? At the end of the day, we're all in this to win, right? There's certainly a price point, a role point, but to me, it's all about winning.
You called it portal madness, portal combat. I'm sure it's crazy no matter what, but when you have just taken a new job at a place and you're trying to put a roster together for the first time, you know, as a part of this program, does that make it even more wild?
Well, I think this is probably the wildest year. I think a lot of coaches, a lot of fans, a lot of administrators kind of thought that the market would go down a little bit. In fact, I think it's actually different. You know, what we're simply fighting is we have not been in the NCAA tournament in 7 years. So we are selling our style of play, our recent history. We have 101 wins in 4 years. We have 3 postseason appearances, 55 and 15 in 2 years, top 30 in offense. So you're really selling yourself, and then you're selling the style of play. But when you step on this campus, there is a ton to sell. Right, I think our facilities are top notch. I think the university as a whole has changed so much since I've been here. I think we have a lot to offer, and I'm very, very happy with my decision. I've been here a couple weeks. Obviously, it's chaotic, but the theme that I've heard from the fans, from the student body, they want one thing. They want to be back in the NCAA tournament. We don't play college basketball to go to the Crown or to the NIT, you know, as Coach Huggins would say, the not invited tournament, right? This is a real program, and we need to strive to get in the tournament, but really make runs in the tournament. And we have everything we need to do that here at Cincinnati.
Up next on Bearcats All Access, Mr. Home Run himself, but he's more than just dingers. A word with Quentin Coates after this.
This segment is sponsored by Furniture Fair.
It is time for Mr. Home Run himself. A word with UC baseball player Quentin Coates about his journey to Cincinnati, his chemistry with the team, and what he hopes to continue bringing to the field this season.
My name is Quentin Coates. I'm a sophomore here at UC, and I'm from Olathe, Kansas. My family was great. My mother, Melanie, and my father, Scott, amazing people, truly made me who I am today. I would say the baseball side of things came from my mother's side. My grandpa, actually never got to meet him. He died before I was born, but he truly loved baseball. And then my Uncle Brad, he was a huge baseball guy. And that's what the fandom and the passion for baseball came up at a super young age. I remember picking up a bat when I was 2, or even before I could walk. There's photos of me playing wiffle ball in the backyard with a little plastic wiffle ball bat. And baseball started shortly after, playing t-ball, the coach pitch to machine and on to kid pitch. Super young age is when baseball got installed into me. Truly thankful for my parents for doing that, and I appreciate them for giving me that love, for sure. Growing up in Kansas City, Royals and Chiefs all day. Big Royals guy growing up. Obviously haven't been historically great, but I mean, I love them to death even through the wins and losses. Super late bloomer. I didn't get my first offer until the spring of my junior year. I know some guys commit 8th grade, freshman year, sophomore year. I didn't get a single offer until junior year, and it was a D2 offer from one of the best D2s in the nation, Central Missouri. Really good school there, and that's pretty much where I was set on going. Either there or Johnson County Community College, a really good JUCO. I think they're the #1 JUCO. They're only 10 minutes from my house, so that would have been an easy decision. I was set on there until a tournament up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at a ballpark called Prospect Meadows. Coach Winsky saw me up there. He really liked what he saw, followed me the entire weekend, had a really good weekend, and I drove home that Sunday night, and I was on a flight Tuesday morning back here to Cincy for an official visit, and it all happened really fast. They just sold me on their philosophy and the way that they played the game so fast and had so many ways you could score, and they kind of showed me how I would contribute to the offense, and I was bought in from that official visit, and I committed shortly after. I think it's just the consistency. I kind of know that I'm going to be in the lineup, and it gives you like a level of confidence that you might not have when you're like, I don't know if I'm going to play today. I'm playing here and there, but just knowing going in there that they expect you to succeed and they have this confidence in you that you are going to succeed. It boosts your level of confidence in yourself. I feel like that's the biggest change from last year, and my success this year is just the level of confidence the coaching staff has in me and that my teammates have in me and that I have in them. It's confidence that goes both ways. It's trust that goes both ways on all facets. As long as there's that trust, the opportunities in the sky's the limit. Yeah, definitely just the confidence level from last year is what the big difference is for me. Coach Cam Dietz, he's a great guy, super awesome guy, super knowledgeable about what it takes to perform at a high level. He pushes us, and I think that's what makes us really good ball players. The mental side of the game is, I mean, baseball's 90% mental, and that's 100% true. There's not a statement of baseball that could be truer than that one. You see the results, you see the home runs, you see the hard hits, you see the wins and the losses, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And Coach Schrader, he's our big guy on the scouting report side. He does a great job of preparing us on the mental side. Aviation has always been a big part of my life. It's been a second passion of mine outside of baseball. My Nana, who's my grandma, she would pick me up from preschool when I was younger, and there's a local executive airport right there by my preschool, and she would take me there, just park right under the control tower, and we'd watch planes just land and take off, and I was super fascinated by it. Now that I'm older, I get to have more opportunities within that field, and for my birthday back in August, my girlfriend got me a Discovery flight. It's technically my first flight hour. I got to fly the plane for a little bit, just a little Cessna 172, just flying over the city, which was really cool. And then recently, for my girlfriend's birthday, I surprised her with a helicopter tour of Cincinnati at sunset. So just that feeling of flight, it's the feeling like no other. My dad, he asked me, is there any feeling that's like hitting a baseball right on the screws? And I say, yeah, taking off in an airplane. It's been a passion of mine and will be for the rest of my life. It's what I want to do after baseball. So whenever baseball's done, whether that's tomorrow or 25 years from now after a successful baseball career, want to go to flight school, want to become a pilot and fly.
All right, it's time to celebrate another record-breaking performance for the UC track and field team. Juliet Laura Quinte Hubner broke her own record for the second time, totaling 4,442 points at NCAA Indoor Nationals. Good for third place and first-team All-American honors. It's the latest milestone for a program that continues to shine.
I'm getting a trophy this weekend.
I told you I would get a trophy, and now I'm third in the nation.
Next on Bearcats All Access, we are speaking French. James Charles IV, UC's newest quarterback, sits down with me to talk about what he hopes to bring to the Bearcats football program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultrafiber.
Welcome back on Bearcats All Access. 1 year at Memphis, 3 years at Georgia Southern, and now a move here to Cincinnati. That is the new quarterback for the Cincinnati Bearcats. J.C. French arrived recently out of the transfer portal, and now he's hoping to help take this Bearcats football program to the next level. This is my conversation with new quarterback J.C. French. It's our Bearcat Spotlight presented by Furniture Fair. J.C., welcome to Cincinnati, first of all. What does the J.C. stand for?
James Charles, French the fourth.
James Charles French the fourth. So, and then the fourth, and you wear the Roman numerals on your jersey.
I do. I started that last year. It's just something that I kind of want to incorporate. So I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully I have a fifth one day.
Yeah. What made you want to take that step and wear that on your jersey? What changed?
It's really I just kind of started talking with my family, and, you know, I think it's important that I, like, express who I am. Obviously, and then, like I said, having a fifth one day, I think it's pretty cool.
What is it about Cincinnati that drew you in enough to bring you here? You're here now, man.
Yeah. I mean, really the coaches and all the success that they've had with quarterbacks. I believe in Coach Satt's offense. It's very quarterback friendly. And then during the portal times, you know, they showed me that they wanted me. They recruited me really hard, and I built a relationship with Pete Thomas very fast. So they were very trustworthy through the whole process.
What is the portal life like?
Honestly, for me, I'd say I have a good experience with it. Being at Memphis first, you know, as a young guy, I didn't have much tape, and, you know, I got in the portal, and then Georgia Southern hit me up pretty fast. So, and then that kind of all happened very fast, and same with Cincinnati. You know, I entered the portal a little late, or announced a little late, because of our bowl game on December 29th, Georgia Southern. And then it was just, this was my first visit Cincinnati out of the portal, and kind of just fell in love with it. So, you know, decided to come here, and, you know, it's been great ever since.
What do you ultimately want to get out of your time here at Cincinnati?
Really just, you know, taking it all in for my last year. You know, the city is great, really kind of explore the city, get really tight with my teammates, obviously. And, you know, I think it's super important, obviously, to win a bunch of games. And, you know, championships are the standard here at Cincinnati. So I believe, you know, we're working our way to that championship spot. You know, we talk with Nico all the time, you know, what you do now is how it's going to translate to the field. So I believe, you know, your whole process in the off season translates to the season. So I think we're just fighting for a championship.
There was progress from 2024 to 2025. It's a program that did not make a bowl 2024, did make a bowl game in 2025. What makes you confident that this program can now take the next step?
I think the guys on the team, and it starts with that O-line, you know. I believe the O-line's the backbone of this team, and it was a huge driving factor of me coming here out of the portal, because, you know, I think we have the right guys in that locker room. Everybody's got, you know, good head on their shoulders, so I'm really excited to see what this team can do.
Well, up next on Bearcats All Access, mic'd up with the UC volleyball team, a behind-the-scenes look at a program that continues to rise.
That's how we make our defense.
Welcome back, everyone, on Bearcats All Access. One of my favorite activities outside of work is to play sand volleyball. I couldn't imagine being on the same court, though, as one of these young ladies with the UC volleyball team, trying to block or receive one of their hits. Let's take an inside look at the UC volleyball team with head coach Daniela Tomic, the voice and the passion that drives the program.
Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Let's stay intentional. Let's bring great energy. Let's bring great learning mindset. And let's get better today. Let's win the day. Let's go.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Together. Let's go. Go high. High seams, high seams, high seams. Arms ready in defense. Let's be locked in. So discipline, we're going to base all the time being ready defensively, okay? That's what we want. And then reading. Read. Good. That's how we make our defense better. They have a chance to defend. Okay, Lillian. Be aware of how our body feels, right? So we can learn, we can self-correct. Audrey, were you always a good server, or you got better in college? Because you're a good server. Get water, then let's get second round of serving. Go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Sid, you're ready. Again, we want to make mistakes here, guys. That's okay, just adjust. Wait to be there. Okay, Gia, look at Gia. That's kind of the mindset, Elliot. I have an opportunity to make my best serve ever. Whoever cracks that secret wins the day every day.
Together!
Earlier in the show, I sat down with new UC basketball coach Jared Calhoun. Now it's time to take an inside look at a massive moment for this program. See his vision, feel the excitement, and get a first look at the energy Jared Calhoun is bringing to Cincinnati basketball.
Breaking tonight, the favorite to land the head coach job at UC is actually the pick.
Jared Calhoun, a former student assistant under Huggy Bear.
There's a unique personality here that we think Bearcat fans are going to resonate with. This is a fan base that's ready for a winner.
The Bearcats got their guy. Jared Calhoun is the new coach in Clifton. What are your thoughts?
You have unanimous support, it appears, around town. You get a sense of how excited these people are to see one of their own walk back into this job.
You know, I think Cincinnati basketball, it means so much to so many people, and we want to get it back. We want to get back in the NCAA tournament, and it really starts right now. You know, our journey will start. We're going to need the help of a lot of people, and it's one of the best fan bases, if not the best fan base in the country. We got to, really, really work at this thing every day.
I do think that this is a really good fit for Cincinnati because you've got a Cincinnati guy that understands what Cincinnati basketball is supposed to be. I think that he has a chance to be able to make Cincinnati be really good again.
Welcome to the new one.
Yes, yes.
We took it back to the wall.
It's unbelievable.
Took it down to the dirt and then rebuilt out.
It's beautiful.
So,
crazy.
This is it.
Yeah.
So
I'll catch up with you later today. Yep. Good to see you.
Perfect.
Wow. Gosh, you didn't break the camera. Yeah, this turned out great.
Yeah.
High level. High level. Quinn, are you ready? Showtime, man. I know, showtime.
What?
Showtime.
What is this?
You got a picture? Get the show on the road. I want to start by thanking my family, the sacrifices that they've made throughout my crazy basketball journey. My journey started right in this gym. The gym looked a heck of a lot different, I can tell you that. But, all things kind of always led to Cincinnati. But the way we've built it at every stop, and especially the last 2 years at Utah State, and I was telling Terry Nelson this, we have a very unique system. We have a different style to play basketball. We're very precise on how we recruit, how we operate on a day-to-day basis. In the modern era of college basketball, I think you're seeing a lot of people just accumulate talent. We want to accumulate winners. We recruit to our system. I think that's so many coaches are getting lost just recruiting talent. Yeah. They don't really want to, they don't know what they want it to look like, right? We know exactly what we want it to look like from 1 to 15. You have to have the right people. The University of Cincinnati deserves a winner in men's basketball. This city deserves to be rocking and rolling again. It's the best basketball job in the state of Ohio, and I think it truly is. When they put the Bearcat uniform on, they're going to make this city proud. They're going to reflect you guys, the fans, and we need to do this together. It's much bigger than a coach, one player. we all need to be moving in the right direction.
It's good to finally have you in front of me because I see what everybody's talking about, your persona. I mean, I want to come play for you. I can see that energy and how you reflect well amongst anybody you're talking to, and that's a high. No, that ain't happening. I just wanted to say something.
This is a incredible town with an incredible fan base, and I think we'll be able to attract some of the best players in the country. We need Cincinnati. Cincinnati needs us. We need to get all these former players back immediately and make sure that we understand what a prideful program this is, and you got to do it day by day.
All right, that does it for another episode of Bearcats All Access, the final episode of this 2025-26 season. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining along each week as we document the latest and greatest of UC Bearcats athletics. Have a good one, everybody.